see Kong, and you can see the altars behind him too. But notice King Kong and Godzilla was running together on a new empire, because it's symbolic. Because with the Kong, like I said, represents nothing but Christ. That's why he's from Skull Island. Because remember, it says Christ was crucified on the land of Golgotha, the place of the skull. You know, in front of his altars. That's why Africa looks like a human skull. Then you see Godzilla represents the Antichrist, because you know all it is showing is that the governments, you know, and everything will abide by Judah. The law will flow from Zion. So it all goes to the whole aspect of how Satan, everything's set in place because he got to play his role. You know, Satan has to bring down his own kingdom. He knows his time is short. He knows the King of Kings, Lord of Lords is rising. So the law got to flow from Zion. So Satan got to tear down his own kingdom. He built to destroy. So that's how all this stuff is all going together. So the law is going to flow from Zion. That's why when I had to put it, I put this in the comment section below. You can just watch the whole speech. But you know, about the Holy Kingdom of Judah is rising. You had one of the chiefs, you know, one of the chief, Edward Lewis of the Holy Kingdom of Judah, doing a speech recently at the District 1 breakfast meeting out in Wichita, Kansas. And you can see right there the hug, because that just shows how everything gonna flow together. The law gotta flow from Zion. Let me turn it down a little bit. But I'll play a quick little snippet of it.
Situations that you may have seen in the news with our young people, they've been out boots on the ground trying to engage, reduce that, and heard the chief talk about the gun buyback program, which is one I'm excited about. That's an effort that they are spearheading to try to get some of these guns off the street. Chief Sullivan hasn't mentioned it in a while, but if you remember the days when Chief Ramsey would kind of give regular updates that 12 to 1,500 guns are being stolen per year in this community, and a lot of those were young folks you would see take those guns and commit other crimes. The one thing we don't talk about is those guns, which can't be traced. That is an issue here in Wichita and in Kansas, and continuing to grow across the country. And efforts like theirs to get those guns off the street is great. We need more of it. So appreciate them. They're working with loosely with the police department. I say loosely because state statute says that if we are involved, we can't destroy those guns. They have to be auctioned back off into the community. That state statute was passed a few years ago. I was not happy about that. So if they do it, there's nothing that governs them to have to do that.
Governor Johnson?
Yes, sir. Yes. Right to destroy them, get them off the street completely. So that's why I am very supportive. More.
You see, that it'll be no law that governs the Holy Kingdom of Judah to do what they do, to make sure that the law is flowing from Zion. You know, destroying the weapons, all of that is prophecy. You know, I've showed it in the previous videos. Like I said, I put this in the comment section below. But you see how it's showing that everything's going to start flowing from Zion. You know, Kong and Godzilla running together. So we can go even deeper into this right quick. That's why in the movie, The Black Panther, they was blaspheming. You know, getting the community, getting the buildings in the community, etc. Because they already know that's what the Holy Kingdom of Judah is doing anyway throughout the city of Wichita. This was years before, you know, those demons that be writing these scripts that possess those people, those writers, you know, demons are not limited by time. They can see the future. They already know the beginning and the end, and they already know how their destruction is coming. So, you know, that's why they already had all that in the films.
Good.